everyone, in this video I have an art journal process to share with you with the Thompson's Craft Supplies design team. I'm using and have been inspired by, so a bit of both, the July Tropical Escape kit, and I'm starting with this Prima Princess stamp. This is the Sydney stamp, I'm gonna say. I may have got that wrong, but this was a gift from the lovely Louise of Thompson's Craft, so thank you so much, Louise, for this. And so yes, I'm just stamping this on a piece of watercolour paper. I've decided not to stamp it directly into my art journal, just because then I would get a cleaner stamp, as a cleaner image, you know, if I just did it straight onto the paper. So yes, and obviously I'm using watercolours, so it would be better to use watercolour paper. And I'm going to go in with Kuretake Pearl colours, both the gold palette and like the bright colours palette, and I'm also going to use the Shimmers Creamies in the purple colour, which is from the kit. And then yeah, just using a very fine watercolour brush and filling the whole thing in, really. I gave her red hair because, well, you know, I have red hair, so that was the obvious thing to do. That colour is called Pearl Scarlet Red, I think. It's about as far from Scarlet Red as you could possibly imagine. The names are a little, yeah, but they are very, very pretty watercolours, and of course I will link them. I highly recommend them. I really love them, and the shimmers, the creamies as well, is just fabulous. So I had a great time painting this. The whole thing did take about half an hour. Obviously I've sped it up an awful lot for you guys and cut out some stuff, but yes, no, I enjoyed myself. I will just say, while I remember, actually, if you hear in this voiceover any like banging or drilling or anything, the builders are here. They're doing something on the side of the house, so I really apologise if you hear any of that noise and it annoys you or anything, but I really can't record at any other time, and I can't exactly tell them to just stop for 15 minutes. That would be rude and costly too. So yes, again, apologies if you hear that. But yes, I used the shimmers as like the main part of the flower crown on her head, and then just went in. Obviously I used green for the leaves, mixing a little bit of the blue and the green to make some darker colours, and then just yellows and pinks and all sorts of things going on here. The one problem with this in terms of videoing it is because these watercolours are so pearlescent and so shimmery, my big studio lights just pick up the shimmer rather than the colour. So for you guys now, I think it looks quite dull, but I promise you it isn't. It's really, really bright and colourful. It's just that with the mix of the lights and the camera, as I said, it just picks up the shimmeriness, and yes, it's just not very good for filming and taking photographs. I decided for her skin, rather than struggling to try and make a skin tone, I was just going to give her gold skin, because why the heck not? So I just tested the different gold colours up in the corner there, just to figure out which ones I wanted. And then I used one of the lighter ones like to fill out the majority of her skin, and then went in with slightly darker colours to do shading and stuff, give it some more depth and whatnot. I've forgotten the names of the different golds I use, but hopefully you can get an idea there. I do apologise as well for my head keeps creeping into this video. I'm one of those people, when I'm doing something that has a lot of detail, I'm basically, my eyelashes are touching the paper kind of thing. So I try and remember to keep my head back when I'm filming, but it is really hard to do when I'm someone who, like, when I'm really concentrating, I'm right in there. So again, all this video is so far is a bunch of apologies, so I'm gonna stop doing that. And yes, I think she's pretty much finished. Again, I'm just taking darker gold colours and giving her some shading and stuff, giving her, yeah, I like doing the shading, it's fun. And then just giving her blue eyes and pink lips, and then going back in with the creamies just to add a little bit of depth to those purple flowers on her head. And I think she is pretty much done. So yes, there she is there. Just going to put her aside for now. No, I'm not going to do something to her. No. Goodness me, I did this a couple of days ago, I don't remember. Anyway, so here's my actual art journal pages. They've already been pre-gessoed and everything with the Prima heavy white gesso, and I'm going in here with two acrylic paints. This one here is the Ducrafts Artiste Pearl Frosted Mint. So pretty. I'm just using really so much shimmery stuff on this spread, just all of the shimmer and shine. I really had a great time. And then the darker one I'm going in with here is the Deco Art Metallics acrylic. This one is called Peacock Pearl. I made a slight error here in that I hadn't used it for a while, and I didn't shake it up before I used it, and I kind of got that weird, you know, sometimes it kind of separates and you get that sort of watery, oily thing. So when I squeezed it out, I got that stuff and it was like, ugh. So I had to dry it and then do a second layer because it just kind of separated and looked gross. So yes, remember to shake your pearlescent paints, people, because weird, gross, oily layer. Blech. So yes, just you can see my art journal is struggling because it's really wrinkling now. This one is nearly full though, so yes, but you can just see all of those wrinkles and they are not attractive on the paper. But yes, she was now fully dry, my girl, and I'm going in with a Pigma Micron and just highlighting some of the lines and stuff around her eyes and nose and lips because they'd been a bit lost underneath the paint. So I was just sort of accentuating, I suppose is the word I want to use there, all those little parts of her face. Now here I wanted to do some stamping in the background, and this is a woodware stamp, and I have to say I have been incredibly disappointed with woodware stamps. I mean, I'm doing this on an art journal, which is, it's got loads of stuff in it. It's not exactly a flat surface to stamp on, but it's still not stamping kind of at all, really. And I did a woodware one recently and stamped it on a completely flat surface, no mixed media or anything, and it still didn't stamp perfectly. So, and then this stamp I'm going in with here, which is coming up really nicely, was just a cheap one from the range. So yeah, maybe I'm just doing it totally wrong, but I have been quite disappointed with these stamps. They look so pretty, but when you actually come to use them, I don't know, as I said, maybe I'm doing something horrifically wrong. But yes, I'm stamping with StazOn ink there, obviously, so it doesn't react with any of the other paints and stuff I use. And then I'm pulling out these little journaling cards, which are from the kit. They are from the Prima Havana range. And wait, no, I'm doing something else, honestly. So back and forth when I was doing this little spread. So I decided I was going to fussy cut my stamped girl out, but then I thought the fussy cutting would just look it wouldn't be right. So I very, very carefully ripped around the edges of her instead, and I think that looks way better. I'm going in with the Bow Bunny glitter paste or glimmer paste, I can't remember, I think it's glitter paste. This is in the colour Honeydew. I bought this as an add-on for the kit. I'm using this kit's stencil and just doing a little bit of very rough stenciling. I'm not trying to make it like a perfect image or anything. I just want some hints of that green glittery thing there, just with the tropical vibe, and it really nicely matches that tool from the kit, which I'm just going to kind of splat down on the page as well with some 3D either matte gel or gloss gel. I forget what I used. I'm going to say gloss gel here because the matte gel still has its lid on it in the image. So yes, with that down there, I am just going to finish off my stamped girl with doing some highlights with a Posca paint pen, and then that white edge just looked kind of rubbish against the art journal background. So I'm taking the ink from the kit, the one that I got, which is the juice box, and just with a blending tool going around the edges. Now what I did is I pressed down hard on the very edges so you get that strong purple colour, and then on the paper itself very lightly dabbed the purple on because I didn't want to smudge the paint, I didn't want to cover the image, but I couldn't just have that white because it looked wrong. So as I said, so very carefully blending the ink over the top there, so it was the light purple and then heavy around the edges so you get the strong purple. So yes, now I'm finally going back to those journaling cards from Prima Havana. I really wanted to use the Fearless, and I couldn't decide whether to fussy cut out the heart and leaves or to have the whole thing because I really like the black and white striped background. So I did both. I fussy cut some of it and then left some of it as well. And then I wanted another journaling card to back that, so I've just picked this one, which is kind of just like a plain one that's got a little bit of decoration at the bottom, a little birdie. And then with both of those gone around the edges with that same Lawn Fawn ink, give that purple edging, just, helps it pop a little bit. And now I'm doing something else with the ink. Oh, I completely forgot about these. These are from one of the Kaisercraft cutter parts. And I've just put down Explore, Adventure, and look, Discover. So yes, they got the inking around the edge treatment as well, and just going down there. This little piece here, this is a random story. This black spirally swirly thing has been living on my desk for months. It was a leftover from a cut file that I used on a project months and months ago, and as I said, it's just been living on my desk ever since because I was like, I want to use it, it's so pretty. And I kid you not, about 2 days before I did this art journal spread, I was cleaning up my desk and I was like, I should just throw this away. It's just been getting in my way for months. and then I decided not to, and then voila, I found the perfect use for it. Just like, I don't know, I just thought the black swirls would just kind of work with this whole thing. And now just some flowers. Of course, I think I have used all but 2 of the many gorgeous Prima flowers that came with this kit, and I wanted to save my last 2 flowers for my next project, especially as they're really bulky ones, so they're not really ones that you can use in an art journal. So these ones I'm using are just the very cheap ones from the range. They're £1 for a pack. I always say this, but if you get them online, it's a lucky dip situation, so you don't know what colour you're getting. One of my major pet hates that. So I always buy them in store, and they're not always in store kind of thing, so when I see them, I pick them up. But yes, they're really handy. You get a good 25-ish flowers per pack for £1, so yeah, they're fab. So I've got a mix of the sort of the pinky corally colours and the blue ones, of course, and then sequins, because I'm just loving my sequins these days. I can't do a project without it, so those are just going all over the place, really. And now what am I doing? Oh, these are the Tim Holtz clipping stickers. I love these, and I thought they would really match this spread rather than just going with the usual black or the white ones. I found one that said, "It is a beautiful crown." I was like, oh my goodness, that is so perfect. I have to use that. So I did the same as usual with those. I blended very lightly around the edges with the purple ink. And yes, other things like "she dreamed beautiful dreams, life is full of beauty," you know, just nice little phrases and stuff that really at the end of the day are kind of meaningless, but they look nice on your page. But I do like that it is a beautiful crown one because of her flower crown. That made me happy. So I'm doing some splatters here with some Heidi Swap Colour Shine in black, because I just thought the little pops of black on this page were really working. And then I add so many Nouveau drops. So many. I'm going to use, here are the colours: Aquatic Mist and White Blizzard and Blue Lagoon, which are all glitter drops. And Bubblegum Blush was the first one, the light pink. And just... yes, I love all my little bits and pieces, my sequins, my Nouveau drops, my splatters, my enamel dots, you know, I just love all those little things. They make me so happy. So I did really go overboard on those for this one. And I also, some of the little like circles on the girl's flower crown and stuff, I put Nouveau drops just in the White Blizzard, which is kind of like a semi-translucent white glitter. I put those on the dots on her because they really help them pop and stuff. So yes, I think with that is the last thing I do. So woo, finished. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave as many links in the description box as possible. Please leave me a comment if you have anything to say or any questions or anything, and maybe even a thumbs up perhaps, because it just really helps me out and I really truly appreciate it. But other than that, I am now going. Thank you as ever so very much for watching. Okay, going. Bye bye.